It's all right. Today is a good day to be black. Period. No discussion, no debate, hands down. Everybody not gonna like that. That's not our problem. It's a good day to be of this race. It's a good day. I'm on my morning mental this morning. I got one thing to talk about. Start your day. To all of the kings, queens, brothers, and sisters, I bid you a grand rising. Welcome back. We missed you. I give the most praise and the highest praise to the Most High. None of this is possible unless He allows it. I'm on my morning mental this morning because I got to talk to y'all real quick about falling for the trap. Yeah, falling for the trap. You see, there's a lot of you all out there who tend to think that when an idea pops into your head, that it's a great idea because it makes sense to you. So you spew your idea out before the people. And when the people find out that your idea doesn't make any sense, you get offended. You walk away with your feelings hurt. And then the next time something happens and you hear somebody else bring up an idea, you go back to your hurt feelings and you come back and you say, no, let's not do that. The truth of the matter is, whether it's a good idea or not, you're still in your feelings because your feelings are hurt. Because you suggested something stupid and nobody went with it. And everybody shot it down. So you went away, took your ball from the playground and went and sat down. So now you're back hating. There is a book you should read called Well-Intentioned Dragons. If you don't know what well-intentioned dragons are people who mean well, but the way they go about it, they breathe fire over everyone around them and they cause nothing but chaos. They mean well, but so do dragons until they start breathing their fire. So a lot of you are well-intentioned dragons. You have good ideas and you mean well, but you have no idea how much damage your idea does or what you're doing to the overall picture. So you want to pick up that book, you should read it. If you have to deal with a bunch of people that have different attitudes, read Well-Intentioned Dragons. So let me start with this right here. Listen, y'all, let me cut to the chase real quick on my morning mental. You see, in the scriptures, it tells you, and you all have heard this before, keep no record of wrongs. It says that. It says that when something happens, you deal with it and you move on. You don't sit around and make a list out of everything someone has ever done and then turn around and throw it up in their face the moment something new happens. That's why they say love keeps no record of wrongs. People ask me, how can you say you love black people? Black people this and black people that. Like other people don't do stuff. But my whole thing is, yeah, but I don't hold black people responsible forever for the things that they do. We all do jacked up stuff, but I let that go. I don't drive through life looking through the rearview mirror. I drive through life looking through the windshield, which is much bigger because what's coming my way is a lot more important than what's already behind me. Don't get me wrong. If you have a pattern of misconduct that we can see a mile away, then yeah, we should treat you accordingly. For instance, if you got a stealing uncle and everybody love him, but we know he steal everything. He's still our uncle and he's still in the family. We just know not to lay nothing down around him. Y'all know what I'm saying? We still love him. So we don't walk around keeping a record of wrongs. Y'all wonder where I'm going with this. Watch this. You see, most of y'all don't know this, but the word bait. Yeah, bait. Like you hang on a hook. Yeah, bait. When you want to draw somebody out. Yeah, bait. When you want to trap your enemy. The meaning of the word bait is to trap an offense. In other words, I trap you by offending you. If I want to get you in trouble, all I have to do is lay the trap of offense. That means bait. So every time somebody does something and y'all get all worked up in your emotions and y'all want to light the torches and circle the wagons, a lot of times they're baiting you. They're baiting you through the trap of offense. Can I teach y'all something? When someone wants you to lose your job, when someone wants to break up your relationship, when someone wants to disturb your cool, when someone wants to get you out of a good place that you are in, they do it very easily by laying the trap of offense. Offense is the bait. The easiest way to bait a black person is to call them a nigger to their face, and trust and believe we will jump on that bait so quick and you probably won't survive doing it. But that is the easiest way to trigger one of us for real. That is a trap. If you study the scriptures, it teaches you that the bait is the trap of offense. So y'all don't understand what they're trying to do. So let me talk a little bit about group consciousness, group think. You see, there's a very tragic story that I was very, 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 very much impressed about, to the point where it makes me conduct myself differently. But y'all remember the story that happened in Rhode Island when there was a nightclub. There was a nightclub. It was packed. Everybody came to see this band. The place was wall to wall. The band started the show and they used some pyrotechnics that they shouldn't have used inside of the club. And it set the walls on fire, and they didn't have a fire extinguisher. They didn't have sprinkler systems. This person had no safety in the place whatsoever. They had the walls lined with foam for soundproofing, but it was the type of foam that when it burnt up, it turned into cyanide gas. And when this fire broke out, even though there were 5 other exits, everybody ran for the one exit that they came in. Group think. They all ran for the same exit. And y'all know what happens. One person stumbled, one other person stumbled, and before you know it, a bunch of people stumbled, and they ended up with people stacked up 4, 5 deep at the front door who couldn't get out, and everybody behind them steady pushing, and the people behind them steady pushing, not realizing there were 5 other exits. Over 100 people burned to death. Okay? Died because group think. They all ran the same way. They responded as a group. Y'all know when y'all in a crowd, if one person run and everybody start running, y'all ever see black people, we interesting creatures. If we're in a situation, you ever did this? You ever something happened and you went to run and you had to tell somebody, don't you run the way I'm running? Where you going? I'm going this way. No, don't go the way I'm going. You understand what I'm saying? We don't practice group think all the time, but the majority of us as a population, we do. Group think is what was at play when black men showed up with guns in Brunswick, Georgia. You all saw it, but white America saw it. The whole white America saw it, and white America responded. Y'all want to know why you had militia folks showing up at the protests with vests on and guns? They were looking for us. Y'all want to know why white America started showing their colors more and more in law enforcement? Because they was looking for us. Group think. They thought all blacks were about to come out with guns. They thought all blacks was about to start coming out with pistols like they was doing. Group think happened. Congratulations, you all disappointed them and did nothing of the sort. Instead, the group think then sat back and said, well, okay, well then where are these people? Because they kept trying to bait us. Don't y'all understand that they do things to draw out your people? And you never put a baby on his own to walk until he's ready to walk. It's only been 4 weeks since group think happened. And ever since then, the white folks have been trying to lay a bait, a trap, so that they could pull out into the open. They think we're that weak. They think we're that stupid, like we didn't learn our lessons. Yes, we did study the lessons of the Black Panthers. Yes, we did study the lessons of the SLA. Yes, we did study all of the lessons of black people arming themselves in the United States and how white America responded to it. What makes you think we're that stupid that we would take the bait and put ourselves in the exact same position so that white America could once again have another reaction that limits our ability? You see, a lot of you all don't understand, and I can tell you this, taking the bait. When the Black Panthers went to the State House with weapons, immediately white folks responded by passing a law that to this day makes it illegal to open carry in the entire state of California. They did that as a direct response to the Black Panthers showing up. Bait, trap, response. So let me tell you what the bait is right now. The bait is, first they thought they could draw us out in the protests in the street. That didn't work. Then they thought they could bait us by pulling us out, by putting a few of their folks who really was working for them in the street, talking about they just militant folks, patriots that showed up. No. Now that didn't work either. Because they see we going about our own business, doing our own thing, getting organized in our own sweet time. I keep telling y'all, racism ain't going nowhere. There's no hurry. There is no hurry whatsoever. I don't know why y'all so quick. Go there. Slow the fuck down, shawty. You ain't busting a grape in a fruit fight. So stop sitting here throwing shit out like you on the front line about to pull a trigger. Cut that shit short. We ain't on the block. But they see us taking our time, getting ourselves together. I'm on my morning mental in case y'all wondering what the hell this is early this morning. But I got to talk about the offense and the trap and the bait and why you don't take it. Even, you see, they don't think you're that smart. So they keep dangling these easy little carrots in front of y'all. People do that to you in life. If somebody wants you to lose your job, all they got to do is study you and then figure out what's your bait, what offends you. That's the trap. That's the trap. See, right now, all these white folks is running around trying to get rid of shit that offend you. They're trying to get rid of the obvious traps. When I was a kid growing up, I used to go visit my mother in Richmond, Virginia, which was the capital of the Confederacy, if you don't know your history. And one of the things I will never forget was there's a street in Richmond called Monument Avenue. That's the name of the street. And as a child, no, I don't know anything about anything. I'm a child. And I'm looking at these great statues that line this whole street. Great men sitting on horses with their fists in the air. I'm thinking, who are these people? Little did I know that those were the people that wanted to keep us as slaves. Little did I know that those statues were put up after we began to get our shit together to keep us in our place. It was, listen. I never could understand how you could rebel against a country, have a civil war in the country, lose the war, and get to put up monuments and shit about what you did. I never knew that traitors could be honored. I never knew that there was a heritage behind trying to overthrow the country to keep a group of people enslaved. I never understood that. But now they're tearing those statues down. Now the people are sick of the bullshit. So it's not cool to have those bait traps out anymore. But there's a different bait trap being set right now. And I need y'all to understand this on my morning mental. They're laying a trap that they hope that we are so emotional about, that we are so fired up, that we're not thinking. But you see, white man, you're encountering the very same thing you encountered when you tried to invade Africa. You see, a lot of y'all don't know this. Yeah, the white man's in Africa right now. Yeah, the Chinese man is in Africa right now. Yeah, the Arabs are in Africa right now. Yeah, the Mongoloids is running around Africa right now. But there used to be a time when they couldn't even get on the beach before they were killed. They could not invade the motherland for centuries. For 25 dynasties, they could only send in a representative who had to bow down, kiss ass, lick shoes, bring gifts just to get an audience with us. You see, they remember that, but they make sure you don't remember that. They all up in your house. They all in your cabinets, all in your business. Meanwhile, over here, they don't want us in their house. They don't want us in their cabinets. They don't want us in their business. And if you're not aware that groupthink is happening amongst white folks right now, y'all are sadly mistaken. What we did in Brunswick didn't just affect white folks in Georgia. It affected white folks everywhere. When you're 50, 60, 65, 70 years old and you still remember Jim Crow, you still remember when they had colored water fountains, you still remember when black folks had to come in the back, you still remember when you couldn't vote because you wasn't a full human, when you still remember shit like that. And then you look out your window and see black people in your front yard with a machine gun. It scared the shit out of them. This is the whole America they never wanted to see come true. So they thought, well, maybe black folks are practicing groupthink, but we're not, because a lot of y'all are still divided. A lot of y'all are still hating. Matter of fact, I'm amazed. There are brothers, they look like me, brothers sitting online, actually sitting down saying he's an agent and he's this and he's that. They spending all their time and energy attacking me rather than realizing that I'm trying to get us united to fight against our enemy. That's how I know we don't practice groupthink. There are other people who have the audacity to sit here and say shit online or to make suggestions about what we should do when they're not going to do shit but sit behind their phone and comment with their little scared, cowardly ass and work their little slave-minded job with their interracial wife and their mulatto kids and shit because they already know that they have failed the black race already. So don't come at me with that bullshit. Stop throwing out traps of offense, because some of the traps that they're laying are to put down any resistance so that they can continue to do to you what they want to do to you. Now, I find it interesting that everybody wants to get so fixated on the president saying that he's going to Tulsa, Oklahoma to have a rally. You all are so short-sighted and so arrogant that you really think it's about you. You see, when you talk about Black Wall Street, white folks don't give a flying fuck about that. They put that fire out already and y'all have yet to rebuild it. They don't give a shit about that. A lot of y'all think it's about the fact that he's trying to send a message. A message to who? You motherfuckers ain't responded to a message yet. So who he trying to send a message to? He don't give a fuck. He don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all really need to stop thinking you're that important to this man. Doesn't give a fuck. White America don't give a fuck about y'all. They eating good. They living good. They spending good. And y'all are still just walking around protesting. He ain't worried about y'all. What you fail to realize is you got to look at the bigger picture. Look, y'all, between 1919 and 1926, white folks in America systematically destroyed every successful black town and black city in this country. They disassembled every black political structure that existed. They abolished every black police. They abolished destroyed the beginnings of our black internal nation. And you all have never built it back. They're not afraid of you. You integrated, remember? So going out to Tulsa, you don't know your history. You don't know your history. Tulsa is more than Black Wall Street. Oklahoma is what you need to focus on. See, a lot of y'all don't travel around the country. So a lot of y'all don't understand that the racial temperature is different in certain places. And there are some places where you can go where you're going to have to pull over and call somebody and let them know you okay, because you're not going to see a black person for thousands of miles. And when I mean that shit, I mean that. Drive from Virginia to California and drive through the middle of the country. Go through places like Kansas, go through Nebraska, go through Idaho, Utah, Oklahoma, go through Colorado. Take your ass through there if you want to. You can be as pro-black as you want. You can be as strong on the bone as you want. You're going to be the only one out there in the middle of a place where if they kill you or get rid of you, nobody will ever, and I mean ever find your ass, let alone know what the fuck happened to you, because you're in a place where we don't exist. He's not going to Tulsa, Oklahoma to spite your ass. He ain't thinking about y'all. That's y'all who still walking around with your feelings hurt about Black Wall Street and have yet to do something about it. Gave $10 million to that boy down in Atlanta. He ain't rebuilt Black Wall Street yet. I'm going to call you out. That's bullshit. Where did 10 million go? Y'all are talking about, ooh, we can buy a town down there in Georgia. Really? A former KKK meeting town that sits between Brunswick and Macon, that's not on any motherfucking major highway with no major waterways, where they can cut the power off and come in there and murder you motherfuckers and nobody would know nothing? What are you, stupid? They're not worried about y'all. Group think. You're taking the bait and they're baiting you, and they're trying to bait us. They want us to come out for no purpose whatsoever but to be a fucking target. You see, we learned our lesson from the past. We move strategically. We move in places where our people are friendly to us. We're not coming out to fight a war on behalf of a bunch of cowards. We're coming out to protect our people. We're coming out to say if black people want to get together to do something for black folks, that there's somebody there that can shoot back. That's what we there for. We're not there to go running up in a bunch of fucking white people's faces where they outnumber us, where they already have the infrastructure in place to defeat us, and just to make a stand. What the fuck's wrong with y'all? Bait. They trapping you all by offending you. Y'all offended. So you want to do something. Let me explain something to you guys. This is a free country, right? We all have constitutional rights, right? Then exercise your constitutional rights and stop sitting around like a goddamn little kid waiting for somebody else to do it for you. I know y'all don't want to hear this early this morning. I know it's tough love for you, but somebody got to say it for you. It's like your granddaddy sitting up in the house and you ran up in there, granddaddy, he did this. Why in the fuck is you in my face? Didn't I teach you how to use a gun? Didn't I teach you how to fight? Didn't I teach you how to defend yourself? Remember when we was young? See, a lot of y'all don't remember this. I'm about to bless some old folks on this call. See, let me tell you what changed. I remember if you got in a fight on the playground, y'all remember this? If you got in a fight with somebody and you ran home, your mother or your father would say this to you right here. What's going on? He hit me in my mouth. Did you whip his ass? Let's go. And they would take us back down there. Y'all remember this? Take your ass back down there. You're going to fight him and you're going to win too. Remember that? And they will take you back and you show up and all the kids out there, and they will bring the kid up and you come up and your mom is standing there and she would say these words. Now, either you whip his ass or I'm going to whip your ass. That was all the incentive we needed. And all of a sudden the bell rang, that Rocky music started. Your little brother got his hands on your shoulder, be more than a man. And you go in that motherfucker and whip they monkey ass. Then your mom was take you home, sit you down, pat you up with some Bactine and a Band-Aid, give you some ice cream and told you go take a nap. Remember that shit? Y'all don't get that no more. Instead, y'all look for somebody else to do the dirty work. And on top of that, you didn't fall for the bait. It's a trap, y'all. Damn. Listen, I chased Donald Trump all the way to Phoenix during the 2016 election. We set him up. He thought he was coming to give a speech, but the folks in Phoenix called me. I was in Dallas, and they was like, can you get to Phoenix tomorrow? Donald Trump is going to be speaking here, and they want a few people to say a few words for him when he speaks. We want to put you up there, you know what I'm saying, like you're going to be one of the people that's going to get up there, I love, fuck that, and turn around and flip on dude. I was all for it. Oh, we flew out there. We met that morning down the street from the Phoenix Convention Center, and it was all the brothers and sisters. Big shout out to the brothers and sisters in Phoenix. But then at the last minute, he got wind of what was about to go down, and he left Phoenix and he went all the way out to Sheriff Iaporo's house, which was way the fuck out. It was so far out. Y'all remember it was a traffic jam trying to get out there where he was. So we couldn't get to him. Okay. He went to a place where he was safe. He went to a place where we were outnumbered. Y'all see what I'm saying? Tulsa, Oklahoma, period, is one of the last places you want to send an armed black militia unless you have enough of us to take on the state, unless there's enough of us that we have the same thing that they had back when they bombed Black Wall Street. They did that from the air. Do y'all got some planes on standby? We would have to have the same type of tactical support. Not only that, who are we fighting and why? You're talking about the president of the United States. You think that the security force that travels with the presidency is equal to a bunch of white militia? You're talking about sending your brothers and sisters on a suicide mission because you in your feelings. That is not how combat happens. That is not how you win a war. We have our own plan. We're doing our own thing. We're not going to be pushed into some bullshit just so you can sit back and say, see, I look. This is not a TV show, y'all. This is not a game. Y'all gonna keep talking that shit until one of us is laid out with our heads blowed off. Then everybody gonna get quiet. Then everybody gonna be like, oh, I can't believe they did that. Like some porch niggas. So don't fall for the bait. They know what we're doing. They know we about to show up in Atlanta. They know we about to show up in Vegas in an organized black fashion. No, we don't need to run no fucking where they're having a rally for their people. Does that make good sense to you? If Tulsa, Oklahoma ain't stood up and did shit, why in the fuck would you go running in their backyard just to trigger up some shit? Because you falling for the bait. They trying to get us to show up somewhere. They trying to pull us out. No, we do this on our own terms. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all so busy responding to the triggers of the white man. He do this, y'all respond. He do that, y'all respond. Y'all don't ever sit back and be like, y'all go ahead and do that. We're going to do our thing over here and make y'all, we're going to trigger you instead. You see, they know what y'all, they already know how, they know what y'all gonna do. They think they know y'all. They know what y'all gonna do. Somebody do something fucked up, y'all gonna get mad. They know that. Somebody do something fucked up, y'all gonna gather together. They know that. Somebody do something fucked up, y'all gonna be upset and wave signs and chant. They know that. Somebody do something fucked up, they know a few of y'all might break some windows, turn some cars over, set some shit on fire. Insurance will take care of that. They know y'all gonna do that. Somebody do something fucked up, y'all ain't gonna kill nobody though. See, that's what they know. That's what they broke out of you. That's what they bred out of you. They have bred it out. They have broken it out of you. But now they see there's an element in the black community that may do just that. So they need to pull you out. They got to see how easy they can trigger you. Y'all are watching a chess game go down right now between us and the leadership of the United States. Nice move. Now it's our move. Oh, nice move. Now it's our move. These are chess moves. Taught y'all this already. So remember, number one, stop running around looking at the record of what people have done and letting that be a trigger. And then sitting around suggesting shit you're not going to fucking do. I really hope I see all of you all in Atlanta on the 4th of July. I really hope I see all of you all in Las Vegas on the 4th of July. Strapped up, shouted. Strapped up, dressed in black, in uniform, to get information with us. We're going to find out just how many of y'all who talk the talk are willing to stand the post with us with gun barrels pointed at you and gun barrels pointed at them, with snipers on the roof, with drones in the air, in a real military formation. We're going to find out just how much y'all like to talk on here. I'm giving you the opportunity, but don't sit there and fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the bait in the meantime. If they have their way, we'll never make it to July 4th. If they have their way, they'll want, see, let me tell you something that a lot of you uneducated folks are not thinking about. They're looking for a reason to designate us a terrorist group. Then we can't even do nothing no more. Y'all trying to get our throats cut before we even get out the goddamn door. But because we taking our time behind the scenes, getting organized, trying to find out who the snakes are, trying to find out who has infiltrated us, trying to prevent COINTELPRO from being able to operate against us, from finding a way to neutralize Operation Black Messiah, from trying to find out how we arm ourselves and get logistics for ourselves. See, y'all don't understand. You can't fight a battle in 5 minutes and it's over. You have to be able to sustain the battle. Where the extra ammo gonna come from? Who's gonna fix up our wounds? Who's gonna feed us? Where our uniforms gonna come from? Where we gonna sleep at? How we gonna move? Do we have a communication network? Do we have people out there that's speaking to the press on our behalf? All this shit got to be figured out before you go running your ass out in the street like a bunch of wild, unorganized motherfuckers, and then the shit is over in 5 minutes, and then they write a law so you can never do it again. That's bait. So let me check you this morning on my morning mental. Since y'all don't like to study history, you don't run out into a place where your enemy has an advantage. Have you driven to Oklahoma before? Have you ever been there? Listen, hold on. I got to say this because it's always brothers and sisters. What happened? I'm being real, bro. My brothers. I never thought I'd feel this way about my brothers. There's some strong brothers out there. But the strong brothers, it don't take but a few to make me begin to wonder what the fuck done happened to real brothers. Sisters, on deck and post it and understand the process. I have yet to hear one black sister make a suggestion that would endanger anybody or result in them being to clap down and lock down on us. I can say that here publicly. Not one sister. I got white women that come on here. I know who you are. You think I don't see you? Who are smart enough to keep their mouth shut and not even try to bait us. They just glad to be in the fucking room. But I got brothers. Brothers are the ones who are saying the most punk shit that I've ever heard them say out of their mouth. And I'm going to let you know, I told y'all this. I'm not an alpha male. I'm an alpha. I eat alphas. So I know an alpha male when I see one. And I also know somebody who's just a fucking coward. Who's going to recommend somebody else do something that they would never do. Who would tell somebody to go someplace that they would never go. Or who would make a recommendation to have somebody do something that they just can't do. And it's a sad day when I have to look at my own brothers and think that some of y'all are my enemy, to the point where if we did get into a running war, we would have to kill a lot of you all. Because you are the poison that's internal. You are the cancer of our own race. So stop falling for the bait. As you go through your day, think about it. People are going to try to trap you. The trap is called offense. Offense is a trap. Oh, are you offended? Oh, I'm not offended. I'm good. You haven't offended me at all. Because once they know they got you offended, they know they got that ass. So stop falling for the bait and stop falling for what we call low-hanging fruit. No, you got to really, really think this thing out to get us. We don't work like that. There's amateurs and there's professionals, and we are the professionals. So you can stop with your little mind games. You're not going to trigger us by going to places where you hold the upper advantage. And you know, this is not about us black people. Stop it. That man is going to one of the most racist places in the country where his base is. You understand what I'm saying? Why in the fuck, pardon my language, do you think I'm coming to Atlanta or Las Vegas when I really wanted to go to California? We wanted to be in LA. We wanted to be in San Diego. We wanted to walk through Stockton. We wanted to do SAC. We wanted to come all through the Bay Area. We wanted to join up in Oakland with the original Black Panthers. We can't do none of that because the brothers back in the 60s stood up for what they thought was right. Groupthink kicked in. White folks passed a law that technically goes against the Second Amendment to the Constitution, that you cannot open carry anywhere in California. So we got to come on over here to Vegas. Okay. And I'm pretty sure after we do this shit in Vegas, they'll make a change too. Don't y'all see that marching and protesting is fine, but it means nothing if you don't change a law? If you don't come with some type of a demand, why are y'all walking around in circles with no list of demands? What's the or else? We walking or else what? If laws don't change, which is how remember at one time slavery was legal. Remember at one time Jim Crow was illegal. Remember, y'all want to keep talking about I'm a law-abiding citizen. Groupthink. You're a law-abiding citizen. Who made the law? What is the law? And how come I can override the law when it's convenient for me, but not convenient for you? You understand what I'm saying to you? There's people locked up right now for marijuana charges. Yet I can go down to the dispensary and at my leisure choose a premium blend to keep me lifted throughout the day. Yet there's somebody sitting in prison right now, deprived of their life, deprived of their family, deprived of their freedom, deprived of their liberty, deprived of the pursuit of happiness as guaranteed under the papers that they wrote because of some shit that I can go and partake in. In other words, stop falling for the bait. I don't want nobody else making no more recommendations about some shit that you haven't thought through. Don't do that. And stop trying to instigate because eventually it'll backfire on you. See, most people make the mistake of thinking that an organization like the NFAC or the Huey Newton Gun Club or any of these other brothers that decide to arm up the Black Defense the Black Self-Defense Coalition, the Women's of Defense, all these different groups, y'all act like that their purpose is to sit around waiting for the phone to ring to run out and put out a fire that you could put out yourself. That's not why these people exist. These people exist because they realize that under the Constitution, they can arm themselves and that when they show up with a weapon, they get a different response. They get a different response than they do when, think about it. 8,000 motherfuckers show up and police come for crowd control. 8,000 armed motherfuckers show up and, they get a different response. I'm not going to say this but one more time and I'm done with my morning mental. It's time for me to get my day started. I'm going to go out here and hang out with the ghetto ducks, roll me a L, put my head back in these scriptures and get ready for facts over feelings tonight. You know you're not going to get the alert. You know they're going to shadow ban. So spread the word. I'll be on at 9:00 tonight, Eastern Standard Time. 2-hour teaching, facts over feelings. Tonight we're dealing with basic training of the black mind. Let me say it again. Basic training for the black mind. What is basic? Basic stands for Beginner All Symbolic Instruction Code. Oh, you want to tune in for this one. If you want to get your mind right, if you want to get your perspective right, we got some key days coming up. We got Blackout Tuesdays coming up. We got Spend Your Dollars in the Black Community coming up. We got the Black Formation coming up. There's a lot of blackness coming up. We don't need to be distracted by what the white folks is doing. Let them have their little pinky toe rallies. What we doing Is we sticking to, listen, they want you to keep paying them some mind. Look, we over here trying to disrespect you. Bruh, we're getting unified. We're getting organized. Yo, no, we over here. Y'all remember we did this fucked up shit to y'all? Bruh, we get unified. We getting organized. And then once we get fortified, we'll be over there to rectify that situation. But don't y'all want to come right now? Ooh, we got guns. Bruh, we gonna have guns too. But first, we got to take care of our queens. We got to make sure that all the young brothers and young sisters understand that there's some black men that still exist that care about them being successful in society, and that sisters can grow and rise up to their full potential. We own that right now. Yeah, but y'all ain't nothing but a bunch of niggas. Well, we've been niggas since we've been here, according to you. Did that just suddenly appear? Did the niggerdom come down all of a sudden? No, we're trying to get that off of us, in case you hadn't noticed. So don't worry. We'll get around to y'all sooner or later. But for right now, we on some black stuff. We trying to unify our black dollars. We're trying to unify our black identity. We're trying to lift our black racial esteem so that we can hold all our heads high. So when we see a brother who's not doing well, or a sister who's struggling, we feel so much esteem in our race that we want to go over and say, sister or brother, how can I help? Because if you need some type of financial help, if you need some type of mental help, if you need some type of spiritual help, if you need some type of morals and values help, then we're going to try to at least help you, because, brother, you are one of mine. So we're trying to get that in place so we can make black on black crime come down, so we can reduce teenage pregnancy even further, so we can make literacy climb back up, so folks will understand that when I say, who was Emotep, you know that he was the first black recorded genius instead of a villain in a fucking movie that white folks made, that they insulted y'all, didn't even know it. We working on that right now. Don't worry. All the things you did to us, they're not going to go away. You can tear down all the statues you want. You can rip up all the flags you want. You can erase all the books you want. Don't worry. Collectively, we remember everything that you've done to us, and we'll get around to you sooner or later. But for right now, as far as for me and mine over here in the black house, see, y'all got the White House. We now have the black house. And in the black house, we handling black business. We handling black politics. We're handling black sexuality. We're handling black agenda. We're handling black education. We're handling blackness over here. Because in case y'all didn't get the message, you see, in 2020, black is the new black. So don't fall for the trap of offense, because that is bait. And we're not taking the bait. I wish you a great rally out there with your redneck friends in Oklahoma. Okay? Y'all going out there and do the damn thing. We're going to keep on plotting what we're doing. And all you black folks who ain't going to bust a grape in a fruit fight with your sorry punk ass, who probably got an attitude, well, I'm going to fuck him up, but you won't fuck up them white boys, will you? Yeah, you a plot and plan on trying to get me, but you won't plot and plan on them white boys, will you? You talk all that tough shit on records. You talk all that tough shit on TV. You talk all that tough shit on the block, but you wasn't nowhere to be found when the KKK was killing that boy down there in Brunswick. Y'all talk all that shit about how you'll go get another nigga and he must be an agent, like you somebody to investigate. An agent for what? You ain't got shit. That's what kills me. Y'all act like somebody they're not running an operation on you no more. They done won over you already. They done took your women, took your land, took your money, took your education, and even took your fucking manhood. Took your freedom. So they don't have to worry about you. They don't have to put no more. The agents have done their job. Now that somebody like me done came along, they might have to dust off the files and bring somebody back out. But I woke them up. If I was an agent, why the fuck would I woke y'all up? That's how stupid you sound. And on that note, I hope y'all have a great day. That's my morning mental. Don't fall for the bait. We are not that easily triggered. Don't you be easily triggered either. Stay focused on the mission. I hope that y'all are making arrangements to pack your guns and meet me in Atlanta. I really do. I hope that y'all are packing your guns to meet me in Las Vegas. Oh, you don't know which one I'm going to be at. They're happening at the same time. The biggest display of open carry by black people. And I'm going to let you know now, it's for black people only. And we mean that. There ain't going to be no, well, I'm just want to help. Not this day. We're going to have something to ourselves. You can stir up a hornet's nest if you want to. We're law-abiding citizens. Don't make us break any. That's my morning mental. Y'all have a fantastic day. And remember, today is the first day of the rest of our black lives. And yes, they do matter. And if ain't nobody got that message, all around the world, they understand that now. We know who really doing the work. And we know who's ready to lead y'all all the way through the fire. Y'all either stick with me or y'all stick with them. I'm going one way or the other, with or without you. So if I was y'all, I would get on board, strap up, and let's do what we need to do. It's our time. And one more thing, to the young man out there that told his mother when he walked in the room and saw she had me on the big screen and said, Mama, I want to be a black man just like him. If I have inspired you, have given you a blueprint to be a black man, black women need us. Okay? They need us as strong protectors. They need us as strong providers. They need us as producers of strong offspring beside them, not dominating them. They are our help meet, not our help mate. They are our equal. They stand beside us. Even though we are put in a superior position physically, without them, we make half-ass decisions. The same way without us, they make half-ass decisions. We are a working unit, and you are the spark that they want to kill to erase the black race. I'm talking to you, young man. My queens, keep doing what you are doing, but remember, for as strong as you are, you're just like a plant in soil, and all plants need good soil, water, and light. And if your man does not bring you light, which is knowledge, soil, giving you good ground to grow and achieve your dreams, and at the same time pouring in the water of the word, then he is not good for you. I done said it. I didn't make it up. I'm just passing it on. Don't shoot the messenger. Did you get the message? Y'all have a fantastic day. I'm going to see you tonight. Facts over feelings. This is my